What's up, everybody? It's Alex Linc and Friends NFL podcast back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Linc, and this is the Week 16 Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles episode. The 7-7 Cowboys at the 7-7 Eagles with a NFC East on the line. One of these two teams trying to win the NFC East and get to the playoffs. The Cowboys trying to repeat as NFC East champions, but find themselves in a tough spot going up against a tough Eagles team. Now, a lot of people picked Dallas to win this game. I picked the Eagles to win it. I wasn't super confident about my pick based on what the Cowboys did to the Rams in Week 15, but I had a feeling that the Cowboys would have a difficult time getting the job done in Philly in such a big game. And so let's dive into this one. Starts out with Carson Wentz leading the Eagles team down the field on the game's opening drive and culminating in a 36-yard Jake Elliott field goal to put the Eagles up 3-0. Great pass defense by Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins forces the Cowboys to go 3-and-out on their first drive. And then another Eagles drive down the field. Carson Wentz throws a 6-yard touchdown pass to tight end Dallas Goedert. And it's 10-0 Eagles early in this one. Not a good sign for the Cowboys. Dallas defense waits until almost the end of the first quarter to force a punt. A slow start on the defensive side of the ball. Cowboys kicker Kai Forbath drills a 49-yard field goal to cut the score to 10-3. And the Eagles defense keeps getting Dallas into third and long. Wide receiver Amari Cooper on a reasonable third down, a 3rd and 4, Amari Cooper drops a pass that would have been a first down. So whether it's Dak Prescott missing throws, his receivers not making the catches, whatever it may be, the defense dropping the ball, the coaches not calling the right plays, it's always something in Dallas. Still 10-3, Jake Elliott for the Eagles would miss a 53-yard field goal attempt. And then Cowboys kicker Kai Forbath would make a 32-yard field goal. So they cut the Eagles' lead to 10-6. So Eagles lead at halftime, 10-6. Still a very manageable game for the Cowboys. Opening drive of the second half, though, Dallas rookie running back Tony Pollard fumbles the ball, recovered by Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins. So a huge turnover to start the second half in a one-score game. On 3rd and 11, quarterback Dak Prescott overthrows an open Amari Cooper. So too many miscues for Dallas throughout this game. You're not going to win football games doing stuff like that. Eagles rookie running back Miles Sanders rushes for a 1-yard touchdown. And just like that, it's a 17-6 Eagles lead. Jake Elliott tries to make it a 2-touchdown score but misses a 55-yard field goal. So it's still 17-6. And on 4th and 9, Dak Prescott picks it up in Cowboys territory to extend the drive, and kicker Kai Forbath would make a 49-yard field goal to cut the Eagles' lead to 17-9. So it's a one-score game now, a huge kick by Kai Forbath from long distance. So 17-9, it's an 8-point, one-possession game. Prescott finds Randall Cobb multiple times on a drive, leads the Cowboys into the red zone, but the Eagles' defense forces a turnover on downs on 4th and 8. Cowboys just couldn't get into the end zone there. Great job by the Eagles' defense. The Cowboys' defense could make a stop. They had 3 timeouts left, but they allowed 2 Eagle first downs to ice the game. And, the Cowboys go out with a whimper just like that. The Eagles win at home 17-9 over hated rival Dallas Cowboys. Big win for the Eagles. They improved to 8-7. Dallas falls to 7-8 in typical Cowboy fashion. They get down to a must-win game for the division and can't get it done. I remember there was like 3 years in a row there where they lost to each team in the NFC East with a division on the line. So they were hoping this would be different with, the Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott era as opposed to the Tony Romo era, but some of the same shit still, bothering the Dallas Cowboys. And, some changes I think are going to need to be made in Dallas. For the For the Eagles stats, Carson Wentz goes 31 of 40 for 319 yards, a touchdown, and no turnovers. No turnovers is a key stat there. Rookie running back Miles Sanders combines for 156 yards and a touchdown, and he becomes the fifth rookie running back since 2000 with 500 rushing and 500 receiving yards in the same season as a rookie, joining Reggie Bush, Giovanni Bernard, Alvin Kamara, and Saquon Barkley. For the Eagles, tight end Dallas Goedert, 9 catches for 91 yards, and kicker Jake Elliott, 1 of 3 on field goals and 2 of 2 on extra points. For the Eagles to do anything in the playoffs, they're going to need Miles Sanders to keep balling out like that. And they're going to need Zach Ertz back healthy. But nice to see Miles Sanders doing it. Followed Saquon Barkley at Penn State. He's a solid running back. Good draft pick for the Eagles. For the Cowboys stats, quarterback Dak Prescott throws 25 of 44 for 265 yards, no touchdowns and no turnovers, and Prescott has not led a game-winning drive this season after leading the NFL with 14 from 2016 to 2018. Dak Prescott passes Tony Romo for second most passing yards in a season in franchise history. He's at 4,483 yards, so pretty good year for Dak, but it's not resulting in wins for the Cowboys. Star running back Zeke Elliott is held to a combined 84 yards in this game, 47 yards rushing on just 13 carries. Inexcusable in my opinion. Game of the season on the line at the Eagles. Zeke is your best player on offense. He's your highest paid player on offense. He's your workhorse. Feed Zeke, right? But they forget to do that. Only 13 carries. On top of that, you've got a two-headed monster at running back. You've got Zeke Elliott. You've also got rookie running back Tony Pollard, who's shown he's perfectly capable of going off, as they did in the Rams game, both running backs. But Pollard held to just 2 carries for 0 yards and a fumble loss. Unacceptable that you don't get these running backs going. I understand Tony Pollard with a fumble loss, that's costly, but you take the good with the bad. You have to get the running backs going. Dak Prescott comes into the week with a shoulder injury, and then you ask him to throw it 44 times. I just don't understand it. I would have ran the ball a lot more if I was the Cowboys. Michael Gallup catches 5 for 98 yards for Dallas. Star wide receiver Amari Cooper. If you're not going to get the running game going, then your receivers better have big days. Well, your number one wide receiver, Amari Cooper, held to just 4 catches for 24 yards. That's not going to get the job done, and that's why they only scored 9 points in this game. Defensive end Robert Quinn records 6 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. And kicker Kai Forbath goes 3 for 3 on field goals. The Cowboys were held to less than 20 rushing yards in the first half for just the second time since drafting Zeke Elliott in 2016. There's a reason you drafted Zeke Elliott, and there's a reason that you paid him as much money as you did so that he would end his holdout, because you knew even then how important Zeke Elliott was to your team's chances to win football games. Yet you get into biggest game of the year and you only give it to him on 13 carries. You only have him touch the ball 20 times for 84 yards. I would have given it to Zeke 30 times, even more. I would have split it between, I would have gone with 30 to Zeke and 15 to Tony Pollard, and I would have had the running backs majorly involved in this game. To get the ball out of Dak Prescott's hands and not ask him to do too much with a hurt shoulder. But I feel like that's what they did. 17 points allowed by the defense. It's very manageable. There's no reason that the Cowboys shouldn't have been able to put up 20 points in this game. So tough loss for Dallas. They fall to 7-8 and will host the Washington Redskins in Week 17, who are 3-12. So they'll be at home and they need to win and the Eagles to lose for the Cowboys to make the playoffs and get the 4 seed. But the Eagles will travel to MetLife Stadium to take on the 4-11 Giants. 8-7 Eagles. If they get a win against the Giants, they're automatically in the playoffs. But if they lose and the Cowboys win, then the Cowboys advance. So Eagles need to take care of business, take down the Giants, and get into the playoffs. My prediction is both teams will win. I've got the Cowboys beating the Redskins to finish 8-8, and I've got the Eagles going to New York to beat the Giants to finish 9-7. But it will be very interesting. I'll be watching that Eagles at Giants game to see if the Eagles bring the same type of energy they brought to the Cowboy game. So, big game with a lot on the line. The Eagles aren't in the playoffs yet and have to take care of business in week 17. So that should be a real good game. For whichever team makes the playoffs, whether it be the Eagles or the Cowboys, they'll get the 4 seed and will host the winner of Saints or the winner of Seahawks 49 or the loser. They'll host the loser of Seahawks 49ers. So it doesn't get any easier for the Eagles. They got to take care of business against the Giants, find a way to get into the playoffs at 9-7, and then host who I think will be the San Francisco 49ers. And if you got the Niners coming into Philly, man, that's going to be a tough game. Doesn't matter if it's the Niners or the Seahawks. That's going to be a really tough game for the Eagles to find a way to win. So, lots of good football still on deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And stay tuned for weekly episodes. The playoffs right around the corner and a big Week 17 on deck this weekend. Have a great weekend, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the holidays. And catch you next week. Peace out.